What is going on, YouTube? Thammagotcha here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out what I think is the best team in the Open Great League. Got two sets for you guys today using Medicham, Noctowl, and Lantern, Spark Lantern that is. So let's get into these matchups here and let's see how good this team is. Trevenant on the lead, not the best lead, but we can make some good of this. I'm going to throw the Ice Punch. So it's 6 to the Ice Punch and it's 7 for them to the Shadow Ball. I'm going to throw one more counter and then swap into my Noctowl to catch a charge move. Hoping it's a Shadow Ball, but it's just a Seed Bomb. But it's okay. It just wastes that energy. Out comes a Stunfisk, which is honestly not the worst matchup. We can take one Rock Slide, maybe two from this health range, and be able to put some pressure on health here with Shadow Ball. And I'm assuming they're not going to shield either because they know that they have a Medicham. We have a Medicham in the front. There's really no sense in them shielding. But they unfortunately get the two Rock Slides before we get the two Shadow Balls, which is okay. I'm going to shield this move up just because I don't want to take big damage on the Earthquake here. And we're able to get a massive farm down for that Trevenant when it wants to come back in. So first Ice Punch coming through, that gets a shield. Gonna throw one counter and throw another Ice Punch. Remember, this Trevenant is almost energy dry. And they let that go. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely amazing. We are even shields and they have their own Spark Lantern in the back. Gonna be throwing off this Psychic and we get the defense. That is absolutely amazing. Love to see it. They're gonna throw off the Surf to take us out. And it's a mirror match with even shields. We're gonna take this game all day. I end up shielding the first one, knowing that it probably is going to be the Surf, and all I have to do is get to the back-to-back Surfs from here. And that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. So, throwing out the first Surf. They no shield that because they know the game's over, so GG's. Hopping into the next match here. Azumarill. This is not the best or the worst matchup. I mean, if I land two Psychics and shield correctly a Play Rough, then we're in business. But they shield that up. And I decide to catch a move here on my Lantern for some reason. Oh yes, because my Lantern is pretty tanky and it can take a Play Rough. Oh my gosh, and my opponent brings in a Magneton? What the heck is this? We're actually, we throw on CMP tie here. I gotta shield this up just because they're bringing in a Magneton to my Lantern here, which is not the best call. And then they bring in a freaking Zapdos. Good on this trainer for bringing the spice. Like, look at this. And I decided to bring back in my Medicham. Oh my gosh. They almost one-shot us with that Drill Peck. We're still able to get to the Psychic. Woo! That does so much damage. So now I bring in the Noctowl to tank a move here. Yeah, just a Play Rough. And I'm just going to farm this little bunny. Oh, maybe I should have farmed the bunny down. But a little bit of a mistake there. That's okay. Just wanted to get rid of it without having to take an Ice Beam. I'm gonna throw this Sky Attack here at the and we catch a move on the Zapdos. Absolutely amazing. I shield that one. I'm gonna no shield that we live, and it's just gonna be a Spark down, but the opponent concedes the match. Great matchup here. They swap out into a Victory Bell and I swap out into my Noctowl. So this team is the Grass Hole team. If anybody knows what that is, it is going to be a Bastiodon. Then it's a Victory Bell, and I'm pretty sure it's a Medicham in the back. They call it the Grass Hole team. So either that or it's double Grass Hole. I'm not the biggest fan of this team, so obviously Bastiodon is going to smack us down. We're going to take this Flamethrower. Oh, but in comes an Azumarill. Hello, Spark Lantern. Goodbye, Azumarill. We're going to be getting off this bolt, and that almost one-shots. That is an Azumarill, everybody. An XL Azumarill. They Hydro Pump us, and honestly, I could have no-shielded that, but like I just wanted to save some health here, so the Smackdowns didn't get us in the end. And then they go for Ice Beam. Weird moveset, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump. Usually you want to run Play Rough for the fighters, so my Medicham could have definitely handled that. We get the Surf off, and then we bring in the Medicham. That's going to be a good game. Opponent goes down with two. Noctowl lead. So, they We reached the Ice Punch and the Sky Attack at the same time, but this Noctowl must be a higher attack stat IV because it won CMP tie against us. So I opt to catch the next move on my own Noctowl and see what they want to do here. Tried to catch their move on a Lantern, but I had a feeling they might have done that, so I was like iffy about throwing my next Sky Attack. So I held on to my energy and we throw the right move. Shadow Ball. Don't want to be throwing Sky Attack against it because it is resisted due to that electric typing. They get the Surf, and that is absolutely fine. This is a Water Gun Lantern too, so it charges energy a lot slower. And our matchup, the mirror matchup here, is so much more weighted towards the Spark Lantern because we're getting energy that much faster and we're doing neutral damage. In comes the Stunfisk. I'm gonna chip this thing away with the Surf, and then I'm gonna bring in my own Medicham. And I make a mistake here, and I don't. Oh no, I just don't throw an Ice Punch. And honestly, if I would have thrown an Ice Punch here, I probably could have. Wait, was that a mistake or was that calculated correctly? Because we're at the back-to-back Surfs. First Surf coming in. We win CMP on the second Surf. Left, right, good night, Stunfisk, and that's gonna be a good game. Well played to my opponent, but whoo, that was a tight one. Okay, Toxic Croak lead. So we're doing resisted damage, each of us with the counters. I did not even build up to the Psychic because I don't know why. And then I tried to catch a move, and oh man, I just played this game so bad. So bad. And this Lantern matchup, it's bad. Like, I'm not gonna be able to reach a second Shadow Ball to put this thing down where I can do some nice, counter down. Now I have to bring in my Medicham, expend energy to take it out, throw a shield up because this Thunderbolt is gonna hurt. Yeah, it's just I just played this matchup pretty bad. And I throw the big move just to take it out so it didn't get to another charge move. And I let this go. That Sludge Bomb is going to say left, right, almost left, right. Good night to our own Medicham. And we lag out there. Oh my gosh, we lag out there. And now I have to expend a shield. So the game kind of almost messed with us here. Because if I could have saved a shield here, I could have maybe shielded once. But this would have been a tricky matchup. Yeah, I don't even think I could have won this. 2-to-1 shields with Snarl Muck. It would have been really close. Like, I could have shielded this move here, and then we could have got to the back-to-back. Yeah. Anyways, 4-1 set there. Hopping into the next match. Another Trevenant lead. Lag out at the front. I have no idea how much Trevenant actually has, which is really not good. So I'm gonna throw two, or I try to do the same thing, but they didn't throw their energy, which is so not good. Oh my gosh, that's really not good. But you know what? I'm thinking here, they went down 2 shield, or no, they went down a shield. I can maybe swing this in my direction. I had no idea how much energy that this Stunfisk had because I think I was lagging out a bit. Make it to another one. I must have miscounted like crazy here. That's okay. We're gonna throw the Shadow Ball, see what we can do. We get the Shadow Ball off. I come in with my Medicham and wait. I tried to snipe so fast, but that's okay. The Stunfisk is almost down. They throw the Seed Bomb, which is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna get my Ice Punch off here, and that almost KOs. Puts this Trevenant in farm down rage, so that if they do bring back in that Stunfisk, I do have another move loaded. And if they want to expend their shield, then to keep the Stunfisk alive, then they can. So let's see what happens. In comes an Azumarill, and I'm like, yes. We throw the Sky Attack. I bring in the Lantern, and from here we just have to make it to a Thunderbolt and 2 Thunderbolts. And they tried to catch here on the Stunfisk, and I'm like, oh, is this an Earthquake? It's just a Rock Slide, and they give us more farm to take down this bunny. First Thunderbolt gets the shield. Second Thunderbolt is gonna be saying left, right, good night. And that is a good, well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next match, and absolutely wall rain. In comes a Medicham, out comes a Noctowl, and I gave the Medicham a pretty good counter lead. So this matchup can be flipped by Medicham. So I decided to shield the first one, just so it doesn't give them incentive to shield both of my sky attacks and farm down, which it can happen because my Noctowl is much more bulky, so I'm going to lose CMP. Back in comes a wall rain. I'm going to throw a Shadow Ball here, just because it does a lot more raw damage. And then I'm going to try and make it to another sky attack, and we do. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to put this wall rain in perfect farm down range, but in comes a Gliscor, and I'm like, oh, huh. You're going to get their first Night Slash off here. And honestly, I should have just been throwing this one and then going into my turn, but I wanted to get both shields. Unfortunately, we lose CMP. They get the Night Slash off. Down goes our Medicham. And now I have to make it to the back-to-back serves. I have to shield this move. It is the Earthquake. That's absolutely. Out comes the first serve. Probably going to get in the shield. Out comes the second serve. Probably going to be KOing that Gliscor. Left, right, good night, Gliscor. And can we spark down before they get to the... Oh, is this the Earthquake? It is, but we live on 1 HP in a dream. And that's going to be a good game. Well played to my Medicham into rain. Another beautiful lead. You love it. Out comes another Gliscor, and I'm like, what the heck? Okay, is this a beer team or like? But it's not, because this is just a regular Gliscor, and we just killed the Shadow Gliscor. So kind of like the same team. Gonna bring in my Noctowl because it's quite useless against that wall rain. Not useless, but no, definitely don't want to see it. This is kind of like the better matchup, but I was assuming that they wanted me to bring out my Noctowl here, just because they probably have something in the back that's weak to Noctowl. But I'm going to give this wall rain as little farm as I can while taking out the Gliscor. So I'm going to bring back in my Medicham so they don't get the farm down with wall rain. They bring back their own shiny Medicham. And I'm like, okay, this is perfect because now I have my lantern here for that wall rain in the back. I'm going to shield that move up. Oh, and they beat me hard. We get the Psychic off, which is now I'm just going to be able to Ice Beam it, or Ice Punch this thing. Get a shield back. I'm going to let this go from here. But they only Ice Punch me, which is honestly the smart move because then they get a nice little farm down, which forces me to bring in the Noctowl. But we have a lantern. Gonna shield this up, I think, just in case it's the Earthquake, and then I throw right away. Honestly, it was definitely could not have been the Earthquake because they had no energy. We're able to farm down, which is nice. One Psychic, not gonna KO us because Lantern is pretty tanky itself, but they go for the Ice Punch anyways, and my opponent knows the game is over. That's gonna be a good game, well played. Hopping in to the next match here, Medicham mirror match. I don't like to give away that. Who would win CMP the first time, so I let them throw first. I'm gonna build up to 2 counters after, and then I'm gonna throw my Psychic. So out comes the first Psychic that gets no shielded, which is now enabling to farm up 1 past the Ice Punch because they're not quite at the Psychic, throw the Ice Punch, and they're forced to shield an Ice Punch, which is absolutely amazing. So obviously they don't want to see this Medicham, so I'm gonna double shield this thing and farm down and see what comes in. Out comes a Skarmory. And I throw the Ice Punch just to stall out to see what I want to do, and I end up bringing in my own Noctowl just to bring out, yes, just to bring out something. Save my Lantern for that that Skarmory in the back. So I'm gonna have to let my Noctowl almost go down, not before we get to another Shadow Ball, which is absolutely the perfect chip, what we want. And it gets the shield. That is awesome. And we have a little bit of health left here on Medicham, which forces its Lantern to throw their energy, and they throw a big Thunderbolt. That's amazing. And from here, I'm just going to overfarm. Let them get the Thunderbolt off because it's not going to KO. I'm going to overfarm by 2, just so we're going to make it to that next Thunderbolt before this Skarmory is going to be able to move. And that's going to be well played here. Left, right, good night, Skarmory, and that clutch gameplay there. So Sableye lead, absolute gosh awful. I'm gonna swap into my Lantern right away. They bring in a Medicham, and honestly, this is not the worst matchup. I mean, Thunderbolts really do add up. Look, that almost takes out half the damage, and now I can go for Surf. Hitting CMP, I think I shield this up. Yeah, I do, and it's just that and it filled up the Psychic. That is absolutely amazing. Gonna be hitting this Surf, and from here, I'm just gonna spark this thing all the way down. I'm gonna no shield this, just the Ice Punch, which does absolutely no damage whatsoever. You bring back in the Sableye. Gonna be getting the Surf off on the Sableye. That gets a shield. Absolutely amazing. And now we've won switch. Got even shields, and I got my Noctowl on this. Ooh, comes a Hypno. Okay, this is different. Now you don't see a lot of Hypnos, but I don't know what this trainer has to be running Thunder Punch. Like, you have to be running Thunder Punch in this Flying Cup meta. Great league called the Flying Cup. But anyways, like, so he's just going for consistent, which is completely fine by me. And from here, I'm gonna let this go. I know it's a Thunder Punch. I know it's gonna hurt. But they bring back in the Sableye, and I completely forgot that they had a shield left, so I'm going straight Shadow Ball here, and I'm like, oh. Uh-oh, okay. That's okay. I'm going to shield up that Foul Play. Get to this die attack here, and KOs, but they get to a foul. We survive, and we farm down. Can we make it to... You know we're gonna make it to a Shadow Ball to take out that Hypno, and that's gonna be a good game. Well played to my opponent. And that's gonna be a perfect 5-0 run here. Going 4-1 and 5-1. This team is super strong. Absolutely amazing. I really suggest you try it out. So thank you all so much. If you were liking the content, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe too if you're not already, because I'm really pushing for 1,000, and that would be amazing. And yeah, if you comment to see anything in the future, that would be great too. And I'll see you everybody in the next video.